Hi, my name is Trish Clark. I am a fiber artist and a content creator, and I heard that you would like to learn how to spin yarn on a spinning wheel. I've been spinning for about 14 years, and I also dye fiber, I weave, I knit, I crochet. I've been doing all that for even more years, except the dyeing and the weaving. I've actually had the privilege of being involved in quite a few people learning how to spin. I've seen a lot of the common difficulties that happen with beginners, and I am so excited to do this with you. So who is this class for? This class is for anybody who thinks they want to learn how to spin on a treadle spinning wheel. There are other types of wheels, and there are spindles that you can also learn on and spin on later if you want to, but we are not going to go through electric wheels, and we are not going to look at spindles today. I can spin on a spindle. I don't do it very often because I just don't love it as much as wheels. I also have 2 electric wheels, and I do know how to spin on an electric wheel, but we're not going to be doing that in this class. It's a great option, especially if you have certain types of maybe pain issues, mobility issues in your legs. But for this class, we're gonna go old school. I taught myself to spin on mostly using YouTube and some books. But for this class, I will be using my Shocked Matchless. So we're going to talk about what you need to get started, and we're also going to talk about a few things that you can work on before you actually start spinning that will help you develop the correct muscle memory, and also a little bit about the different types of wheels. I'm not going to go crazy in depth on the different types of wheels because there are so many, and so many brands, so many manufacturers, so many different styles. So I'm going to touch very briefly on different wheels, but by no means will that cover everything. And then we're going to talk about how to get started spinning your own yarns. Because I wasn't able to take classes like this at the time, there wasn't anything like this available in my area. I did use YouTube, and I did just learn a lot from other people's videos. I read a few books that really helped me, but I also struggled. It was really a struggle because I was trying to teach myself on an antique wheel, had not been spun on, I'm guessing, for 80 years. It was really challenging, and for me, there were times in the beginning that I just thought, okay, I'm just not cut out to do this. But as soon as I moved to a more modern wheel that worked properly, I was off and running. I spin thousands of yards of yarn every year now, and here's just a few of them. At this point, I've hand spun sweaters and blankets and just whole fleeces, just anything you can think of, I've probably made it out of hand spun. I'm so excited to have you joining me for this. I'm so excited to see your creations. And one of the things I've learned is that people don't always appreciate their first yarn because it isn't what they're trying to make in their head. But often, later in their journey, they're thinking to themselves, oh, I wish I had kept that, or I wish I had documented it. I wish I could still do that, because sometimes they make yarns that would be referred to as art yarns, and you sometimes don't exactly lose that skill, but it doesn't come as naturally later on, and you have to practice it. I hope that you'll document all your projects, even if you don't think it's the greatest. If you make yarn, you succeeded. So I really hope you'll document those early yarns. I want you to be proud of them. You should be proud of them. Eventually, this will make it so you can design and make any yarn you want for any project you want, and that is so cool, and so many people don't have that skill. This is a skill you'll be able to pass on to the other people in your life that get interested, and also there are so many of us out there. There's just tons of us out there. We're communicating, we have community, we have groups. If you don't have a spinning wheel, there are places where you can rent them sometimes if you have a guild in your area. So I recommend Google. Try and find out if there's a guild in your area, maybe even just in your state, because a lot of them will rent wheels for very affordable prices, so you can try them out and see if spinning is for you before you purchase one. Such a cool option. There's a bunch of groups on Facebook for used fiber equipment, and literally, you can look on Craigslist. There's so many ways for you to get a hold of a wheel and try it out. Maybe you have a friend, maybe your local yarn store has a wheel you can try out. So do look for those opportunities to find a place where you can try one out before you buy one. Try out those wheels before you make the investment. I recommend, if you can find a way to do that, it's a great way to go.